Good evening, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Paranormal by the Sea. So tonight, do you find me and Stephen investigating this church? Now, this church is in the middle of nowhere. It's pretty much isolated as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So yeah, let's get into the church because it's -2 out here tonight and I'm freezing cold. So let's start walking into this church, shall we, guys? Right, so guys, there is a bridge here that we need to just quickly cross over to. For me, Leslie, I didn't think he was going to actually get past it. Thank you.
It was locked.
Right, so guys, the bridge that we are now crossing over to get to the church. I do know a little bit of history about this bridge. So it was actually built in 1913. Did you just see somebody?
No.
Because you was looking really suspicious.
No, I was just looking. I was listening to your history. As Dolly said, this bridge was built in 1913 because we're actually in the marshlands and there's like loads of water crosses. Is it water crosses?
No, it's water courses.
Water courses. So they had to build this bridge so people could actually access the church during the winter months with the rain and stuff. So yeah, I'm interested to get inside this place.
Strange that we've got to cross a bridge to get here, though. Oh my God. Could you make any more noise?
Oh, it's the only noise we can...
Right, guys, we are actually approaching the church. You probably can't see it just yet. But that's part of the suspense, I guess. Not being able to see the church yet.
But another thing, guys, we've actually got the key tonight to actually get inside this church. So what we're going to do is, when we're inside, we're actually going to lock ourselves in this church. So, yeah, we're going to do that tonight. I need to figure out how to actually get... Have you got the torch on bright enough?
Yep.
You ready, guys?
Oh.
Wow. I'm just going to lock us in.
Oh, wow. This is beautiful, isn't it? Are we locked in?
As you can see, guys, we're locked in.
So we are now in lockdown.
We're locked down.
Close to the coast, you can feel the breeze. Mindful of ghostly tales washing up on the beach. Dolly is the believer, but Ste, he don't believe. Together they investigate.
Paranormal by the Sea.
Paranormal by the Sea. Is there really ghosts, or is it all just fantasy?
Dolly is on a mission, she has something to prove. Ste is a true skeptic, together they're unmoved. Paranormal by the Sea.
Paranormal by the Sea. Paranormal by the Sea.
Paranormal by the Sea.
Dolly stands her ground, so strong and so brave. Ste, being the skeptic, is so quick to run away. Debunk those jump scare sounds when there is drippage all around. If Dolly can't debunk it, she is backed up by Ste. If he can't debunk it, they ask the community. If the community can't debunk it, and they all agree, bringing in the evidence.
Paranormal by the Sea.
Paranormal by the Sea. Paranormal by the Sea. Paranormal by the Sea.
Paranormal
Paranormal by the Sea. Paranormal by the Sea. Is there really ghosts, or is it all just fantasy? Dolly is on a mission, she has something to prove. Steve's a true skeptic, together they're unmoved. Paranormal by the Sea. Paranormal by the Sea. Paranormal by the Sea. Paranormal by the Sea.
Welcome to St Thomas Becket Church. Now, from what I could gather online, this church was built 12th century and then it was restorated in the 18th century. Now, this church, again, from what I could gather online, does hold services, but only about 2 a year. It is an open church, so anybody can come here and have a look round. As you'll see tonight, it is an absolutely beautiful church. I've never seen freshly painted pews, to be fair. They smell freshly painted as well. It's just a beautiful church, and I cannot wait to investigate this church tonight, guys. But tonight, I am so happy to present to you my new experiment that I will be performing in this very church. So, I have decided to buy myself some coins. Now, these coins aren't any old coins. One has a yes and one has a no on them. They are just silver coins that I've purchased. But I thought, what can I do to these coins? Because I just don't want the coins to move. So I don't believe that a spirit is going to be strong enough to push these coins so that we can actually see them move. Yes, they may move them, but I thought to myself, I need something on top of these coins, just so that the slightest bit of movement will set the whatever's on top off. So I thought to myself, what can I put on top of them? So I decided to buy some cat toys. Now, these little cat toys are not the flashing balls. They are just little round toys, and inside them they do have little bells, so even the slightest movement on one of the coins should set these bells off or even push the ball off completely. So therefore we do not get confused with which coin has moved. So therefore the purpose of these coins are, if I ask if you're a Mao, please please move the ball on the no coin, then it moves. So it's basically just a question and answer kind of game. So I'm hoping that maybe the balls do move tonight. You know, guys, it is an experiment. Paranormal activity is very, very rare as well. So, but yeah, I'm excited to perform this experiment, and I know Steve's really excited for this experiment as well. So without further ado, guys, I think we should get straight into this investigation. Right, so guys, the coins that I have placed in the church tonight are going to be on this little chair here. We do have a pocket 3 static on both of the yes and no coins. So if there is any movement, that will be recorded all night long. Well, as long as we're here for. So, are you excited about this one?
I am. I'm excited about this one because I like the idea of the experiment with the yes or no coin, and I also like the idea of obviously the ball, which isn't a cat ball, it's just a ball with a bell inside. So as you said, if a spirit or if anything's in this church tonight and they move that, we will hear that noise. So that's quite exciting for me.
Definitely. So yeah, the idea really of the experiment is we've got a yes and a no, and it's for me to ask questions, and if they can intelligently ask, hopefully one of the balls will move, and whatever the ball moves on, whether it's a yes or a no, that will be the answer that's given. So, yeah, I'm excited about this one. I know I keep saying it, but I am excited about this one. Are you going to start?
Yeah, I can start. So I am calling out respectfully to any spirits that may be still inside this church, maybe used to come here and do some praying. Maybe you could come forward tonight if you can hear my voice. Just give us a sign that you're here, please. Maybe you could make a knocking noise for me, please, like this. Or maybe when we ask you some questions, maybe you could reflect your answers on one of the coins with the ball on.
So my name is Dolly.
And my name is Steve.
For a minute there, I thought you forgot your own name.
It's been a long night, let me tell you guys. We've been to 5 places and yeah, it's been a nightmare.
No, we've been to 5 locations, not been able to get into any of them, and then Steve decides to put the wrong church in the sat nav, and it took us to a church we've already been to, so we had to drive an extra 45 minutes on top to get to this church. So yes, it has. It's currently about 1:30 in the morning. So yeah,
But
it's
been
a long day.
A long day, but it is worth it when you come
A long
into
night,
this.
sorry.
When you come into this amazing church, the structure, I mean, the pews, they look like they're homemade by the looks of it. It's
They
just
do look
amazing.
homemade. And it smells fresh in here as well,
I've
doesn't
not
it?
seen anything like this before in a church.
No, I haven't. It smells really fresh, doesn't it?
It does.
Like, you can tell this is looked after. I know when I read it said they only do 2 services a year, but you can tell this is looked after, can't you?
Yeah.
And it's nice that they trust people with the key as well. So as I was saying, my name is Dolly.
My name is Steve.
And we are paranormal investigators or researchers. And we go out just to see if we can capture any signs of the paranormal.
Did you hear a little?
I had a tap, right? But
It was very faintly. It was like a for me.
yeah, but I'm not sure whether it come from my boot or not.
Okay, we'll have to have a little look at that.
So as I was saying, we go out and we try and capture signs of the paranormal. So if there is anyone here tonight with us that has passed away and that would like to make some form of communication with us, then please do. Please step forward. If you maybe you feel a little bit frightened of us, please don't be frightened of us. You was living at one point as well. And that's what we are doing. We are living in our world. It's currently 2024. You may be thinking that's a long time in your future. Because the thing is, you don't know when anyone passed away.
Well, you don't. That's the problem. I mean, as you said, this church is 12th century, so the amount of bodies that would have come through this church, and the amount of souls as well.
Do you get the feeling like you're not alone? Like, I feel like the locals are going to come in.
Because it's in the middle of nowhere, we are isolated, guys. Yes, we are isolated.
It is in the middle of nowhere in a sense, but we are in a village. But there's no houses near it because you have to walk to get to it. But I do feel like the local people are watching. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, you feel like they're...
But it is in the middle of nowhere. It's not like a church that has houses next to it or anything. But I do feel like we're being watched.
Not by spirits or anything. I feel we're being watched
by locals.
By the locals.
Even though it is like currently, 1:30, maybe 1:45 now in the morning.
I do believe there is some roof space here. Maybe you would like me to go sit up there with you if you feel a little bit more comfortable. So if that is something that you would like me to do, please could you do something? Maybe a noise for me, please? As we said, we do come here with the greatest of respect. We just wish to make communication with anyone here tonight.
That was
Did
really
you hear
weird.
something?
Above us.
But there's actually nothing
Like a tap
above.
above us. If that was you, could you tap again, please? What's that noise?
I don't know.
It sounds like someone's talking, like a speaker. Or is it a plane?
It might be a plane, you know.
Oh, I hope it is a plane. It sounded like, you know, like someone's when they've got their car. You know, like when people have got their car radio on, you can hear that woo, 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 because it's coming from the car.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like, a speaker of some sort.
It might possibly be...
Because there's no one going to pull up here.
No. Even if they did, you wouldn't hear it because of the amount
we're
of
not
walking
near the
we had to do.
road. We're not near the road.
Just sound like a plane.
It's weird though, isn't it?
It is very weird.
It's weird how when you're on your own and we're this isolated, weird how you hear like a plane could sound like a stereo. So if that was you that made that tap, could you make it now for us, please? And a little bit louder.
Did you hear that?
Right by you, on that pew.
Personally, I heard it come from down the back.
No, it come from right by you on the pew, Steve.
Would you be able to do that again, please, wherever you are?
Is there a trip somewhere?
I don't know.
Oh, we need to go look then. Right, I thought it come from here. Is there like a mouse in here? Right, there's no mice in here because it would have scrambled with the lights. There's no mice there.
Nothing in there.
Doesn't look like it's a leaking church. It come from here, one of these pews. Come from one of these pews. If there is a spirit here trying to make communication with us, thank you so, so much. But would you be able to go to the front of the church, please? You will see a chair, and on the chair are some candles. Would you be able to push one of those balls for us, please?
This is a magnificent church with beautiful features. Are you a person of religion? Could you move to either the yes or the no ball, please?
Do you know what makes it worse?
What's that?
That we're locked in. Can't get out quick enough if we need to.
But the good thing is we are
No one
locked
get
in,
in.
so no one can get in, which is good.
I know, but you can't. I don't like the fact that you can't get out. Don't like it when your exits are blocked.
See, I would rather be locked in and no one get in and me not get out.
How would you get out then?
But I would just stay here, call the police.
Are you actually just gonna like stand your ground?
But I wouldn't open the door, no. If there was someone outside that was kicking
Angry.
off, I would leave that door locked.
Years ago, churches used to be open 24 hours. A lot of churches.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I think the homeless used to come in the churches. I can't remember. But I remember someone telling me churches used to be open 24/7. I think it was to provide shelter for homeless people.
Unfortunately, they probably lock them up nowadays due to
Vandals.
and stuff. But we are quite privileged tonight, guys, to actually have the key for this one.
Yeah, we are. We are very lucky. I keep hearing sounds like two people talking today.
I can't hear anything.
It's probably noise pareidolia then.
It is really quiet here.
Is it raining?
That might be rain outside, yeah. Yeah, it is.
Are you being serious?
It's raining, yeah. You can hear it.
How are we getting back?
Well, we're going to have to get wet, aren't we?
No.
There is a piano over there. Maybe you used to once play that piano. Maybe if you was maybe doing a service and having a sing-song. Is there any chance you could press one of the keys on the piano? Just so we know you're here.
As we said earlier, this is a lovely church. It's very unusual. I've not been to a church like this before.
No, I haven't. It's the pews that get me.
I think someone's come in here and handmade these. Or they could be originals and they've just painted them and restored them.
Possibly.
It's just absolutely beautiful. It's such a shame that it's not really used.
It's a shame no one can come here to appreciate this.
Yeah.
Although you can come
Yeah,
here.
you can come here and have a look around, but I don't, as I said online, it only said about 2 services a year, which is a shame. I love the doors.
Yeah, they are solid, aren't they? That was my knee.
They match all the interior as well.
I mean, the beams. I do like those.
I'm sorry to be repetitive, but if there is anybody here tonight, please could you make a noise?
Maybe you can't make a noise. Maybe you could perhaps show yourself in one of the 3 cameras. Or maybe you could speak into these little microphones that we do have on our chest. Maybe tell us your name. He's very quiet, very peaceful.
Mm-hmm. Are you able to go over to the balls that I've placed on the coins? There is some silver coins. Are you able to go over there for me, please? One says yes and one says no.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. One says yes and one says no.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. One says yes and one says no.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that. One says yes and one says no.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that. It was over by
That
the piano.
come from over there.
It was over by the piano.
Well, I thought it come from there, but then again, noise does travel.
Yeah.
So I'm probably interpreting it differently to you, but I thought it come from in that pew area.
Is that you getting closer to us? As I said, there is a yes and a no coin. Are you an old vicar that used to attend this church? Or maybe you're just a spirit of the grounds. Maybe you're just a passing spirit that is passing here. And because we've called out for spirits, maybe you're coming towards us. If that's true, could you please knock the ball for yes?
Maybe you were just taking a seat in the pew, just maybe watching and observing what we're doing, just to make sure we're not doing anything that we shouldn't.
Are you able to open one of the pews maybe?
Or maybe you could move one of the latches on the pews.
Another thing as well, like if say like they did knock the ball, or they did move a latch, or they knocked, or the door opened, or they did something quite significant, would it be that that's all they can do? Because you know some people believe about the energy. They have to build their energy first, then they do something, even if it's that most tiniest tap.
I mean, you said before we could come into a place, ask a question, and then 2-3 hours later you get that response, and then we're not going to know what they're responding to. So I know I don't do this often, but I need to leave gaps in when I'm asking questions, just so we can give time for the spirits to actually communicate.
Yeah, because like I said, if you ask too many questions and you're not leaving enough gaps, you don't know if that tiny tap, you don't know what they're tapping to. And that would be frustrating for me if I was a spirit. Now, Steve, are you brave?
I know what you want me to do.
There is an upstairs to this church. Actually, it's an attic. So what I'm thinking is, again, it's a theory of mine. You guys, if you watch my show, you'll know what I'm about to say. Maybe a spirit is more comfortable talking to a female or a male. Or maybe you're less vulnerable. More vulnerable, sorry. So being more vulnerable, some people believe that if you're vulnerable, spirits are more attached to you. So I'm going to sit down here in one of the pews and be quiet, and you can conduct an investigation upstairs on your own. How do you feel about that, Steve?
Yeah, I can give it a go. I don't know how long I'll last.
Would you like to take the bell up there? Because I don't feel Doris is right for this church.
I don't think it's respectful to have that here and doing that.
So would you like to take the bell just to see if they can ring the bell?
We could take the bell, yeah. If you
come down screaming, I know that they've rung the bell for you.
We give that. You'll probably hear it, to be fair. But yeah, I think we should give that a go.
Okay. Goodbye, Steve.
Cheers.
Shut the door behind you.
So guys, what we're going to do is we're just going to lock us in. We're going to go up. Whoa, these are very narrow. Oh, these very narrow stairs, guys. Sorry, I'm a bit wobbly because I just don't want to fall over. I mean, wow, look at this, guys. They're obviously where they used to ring the bell. Like the big bell ringing. Yeah, look, guys, there's the bell. I'll just show you that before I go back down. But this is amazing. Look at you can see how old this is by the wood. Absolutely amazing. Right, so guys, I'm now upstairs in the little attic bit where they would do the bell ringing. What we thought would be a good idea is if we actually bought our bell of our own, just to see if there are any spirits here that actually can play with this bell instead. This isn't your typical bell that you find. You physically have to touch the bell for it to actually go off. So I'm just going to put that down there. So if there are any old bell ringers that may be perhaps up here with me, please could you ring my bell that I've just showed you? The one that's here. By pressing that, it will let me know that you're here with me tonight. And then perhaps we can use that bell to answer some questions. Because I do have a lot of questions in regards to the paranormal. And I know there's a lot of the audience that are possibly watching this who also do have a lot of questions. I must admit, guys, I was actually quite calm downstairs, but when you're actually up here on your own, it does actually feel, it actually feels really different. I'm not saying that's paranormal or anything, I'm just saying it makes you feel on edge, but that's probably just because I'm on my own. You may be able to hear Dolly slightly in the background, guys, because I believe she's asking some questions as well. So as I said downstairs, my name is Ste. I'm joined tonight with my partner Dolly. We are paranormal researchers. What we do is we travel around the UK to different churches, to abandoned locations and historic sites, just to see if we can make communication with the people that would once roam these locations that have now unfortunately passed on. So is there anyone here with me tonight? Maybe you could make a knocking noise like this, please. Or could you perhaps make a whistling noise like this? Whoa. Did you just hear that, guys? Or could you perhaps make a whistling noise like this? Whoa. Did you just hear that, guys? Was that you that just made that noise upstairs where the bells are? Could you do that again for me, please? That was quite loud, guys, so you will have heard that, and that is gosh, I've a little bit on edge now. Maybe you could do that again for me, please. Are you a man or female of religion? If you are, could you make that noise? I can hear things. I just don't know what to say, guys. I'm just lost for questions at the minute. Maybe you could, if you can't communicate with myself, maybe you could go down to where Dolly is. Maybe make some noises down there for her. And make communication. Did hear something to my right there, guys, but what you need to understand is as well, there is a lot of wood up here and it is cold, so it could be that springing back up or expanding or shrinking. So if that is you maybe making communication with me, maybe you could do something a little bit more louder, please, so something that's a little bit more significant, so that we can establish that it is a spirit we're speaking to and it's just not the environmental changes. Right guys, what I might do is I might give it a couple more minutes and then I might go downstairs, but Dolly doesn't know what I'm about to suggest. But what I'm going to suggest is I'm actually going to go outside and actually lock her in here on her own and let her conduct her own investigation on her own. So I think that'd be quite a good idea, because one, she's not actually going to, you know, it's going to be on the spot, so she's not going to be expecting that. So I think that'd be quite a good idea. So what I'm going to do, guys, I think I will actually just go back downstairs and I'll actually suggest that to her. Excuse me, that was me. So yeah, I'll catch you in a minute, guys. So I'm going to put you on the spot right now. What I'm going to do is I might go outside and lock you in and let you do your own experiment on your own. So what do you feel about that?
Let's go.
You ready for me to lock you in?
Oh my God, what happens if it doesn't open though?
Well, if it doesn't open, you'll be in there on your own. See you in 10 minutes or so.
Oh no, all right.
So guys, as you can see, Dolly's locked in there.
Right, so guys, I'm just oh. Right guys, so Steve has now left me on my own in the church, which is fine because I'd rather be in the church than outside. It's like -2 out there and it's freezing. Sounds like he's having trouble locking the door and all. Just hope he can open the door, if I'm honest with you, because I wouldn't want to be locked in a church. That'd be embarrassing, won't it, having to call someone to get me out. So I'm now on my own in the church. So if there is anybody here that would like to make communication with me, please do so now. I'm just going to take a seat, make you feel a bit more comfortable. I'm going to take a lovely seat by your lovely organ. It's absolutely beautiful, this organ. Absolutely beautiful, guys, look. So perhaps maybe you can play me a key. Or perhaps maybe you're comfortable now to move one of those balls for me with the bells on. Just trying to think where I can put my camera, guys. It saves me holding it. So it really hurts my arms. I don't think I can put it on there. I don't think it's, let me have a look. No, it's not wide enough. So I'm now in the church on my own, like I've just said. I'm now sitting down. Could you please make a noise wherever you may be in the church? Maybe you don't want me in your church. If you'd like me to leave, are you able to do something significant for me, please? Maybe move one of the balls, ring the bell. Still left the bell with me. It's actually on top of one of the pews. The pew door is open. Are you able to slam it shut for me, please, or just shut it? As I said, if you don't want me in your church any longer, please make a noise and I'll be happy to leave. Or if you are a spirit that maybe needs some help or send a message, you can do that. I have a camera. Maybe you can talk into the camera and get your message across. Sometimes on investigations, it's always the moments that are unexpected, like when you're just talking. I know plenty of times when me and Steve have set up, or we're just talking amongst ourselves. I thought I heard noise, but I don't know if that's because I was talking. We've heard noises. And then once we set up and we've gone to conduct the investigation, we've heard nothing. Again, it comes back to, can they only do it once? Do spirits have enough energy to keep communicating? We just don't know. Also, with the experiment that I'm running tonight, I didn't want anything battery operated, because I just feel like with battery operators it can be manipulated with the cold weather. Batteries, when they get very cold, just shut off, they drain. So I wanted something that had to physically be pushed. So is it true? Do spirits need energy? If they do need energy, you can use my light. I have a camera light. That's all fully charged. You'll be able to get a lot of energy from that. And then maybe you can just push one of them balls for me. Or if you move the coin slightly, the ball should move, and then I'll hear the bell inside the ball move. And I know that you've tried to make communication with me tonight. Also, the coins are quite big as well and round, and obviously a lot of the older coins were big and round, so I thought maybe using old big coins. It could be that they're drawn to that because it's silver. Back in the day, silver was probably worth a lot of money. So a lot of thought has gone into this experiment. Steve will be coming in shortly. So if you do want to make communication with me, now is your time. I'm here by myself, locked in a church. That was my stomach, guys. I also think investigations as well, you need to leave long enough pauses, because there's no good just bombarding questions, because then if you do get a response like we were saying earlier on, you don't know whether it is going to be, what question it's going to be from, to be fair. Maybe there is nobody in this church. Maybe I'm just talking to myself, which is fine. It's okay. I understand paranormal activity is very rare. It's a beautiful church though, guys. I've never actually seen one like this before. And you can smell how fresh these pews are, like they've been painted recently, because they smell so fresh of paint. Actually, when I first sat down, when Steve was upstairs, I was checking that I didn't have paint on me, because of how fresh they smell. I did just hear a noise, but I'm not sure if that's Steve coming back in. If that was you that I just heard, could you do that a bit louder, please? Maybe you was here when the pews were being painted. Maybe you was watching them paint the pews. Is that correct? We would like to thank any spirits that may have come forward tonight. Good night.
Close to the coast, you can feel the breeze. Mindful of ghostly tales washing up on the beach. Dolly is the believer, but Ste, he don't believe. Together they investigate. Paranormal by the sea. Paranormal by the sea. Is there really ghosts, or is it all just fantasy? Dolly is on a mission, she has something to prove. Ste is a true skeptic, together they're unmoved. Paranormal by the sea. Paranormal by the sea. Paranormal by the sea. Paranormal by the sea. Dolly stands her ground, so strong and so brave. Ste, being the skeptic, is so quick to run away. Debunk those jump scare sounds when there is drippage all around. If Dolly can't debunk it, she is backed up by Ste. If he can't debunk it, they ask the community. If the community can't debunk it, and they all agree, bringing in the evidence. Paranormal by the sea. 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 Is there really ghosts, or is it all just fantasy? Dolly is on a mission, she has something to prove. Ste is a true skeptic, together they're unmoved. Paranormal by the sea.